Okay, sorry, technical issues a little bit. So I'm gonna start a new section called child reading. Just bring the child up. Okay, so the title is 育儿. 育儿. It's a first character. 胖. 胖 is chubby, fat, just lots of fat. Okay, fatty body. That's what it is. 胖. Now this character, let's take a look at it. This one, you see, on the left-hand side, there's a piece of meat, right? and then on the right-hand side is a half. So it means that in ancient times, when they do sacrifice, they treat this thing very seriously, and so they usually they pick the best meat possible. Okay, and so fatty meat considered as good meat. Okay, so just remember that in old days that food is scarce. Okay, scarce. Not like nowadays in America, we have lots of food. Okay, in ancient times, food is precious. So fatty food especially. So this is why 胖 is good. Okay, not like nowadays obesity is bad, right? So this is 胖. Okay. Next one. Now this character has two pronunciations. Oops, sorry. Another one is pronounced as 盘. 盘 means easy and comfortable. 心宽体盘. 心广体盘. That's an idiom. 心宽体盘 right here. Okay. 心广体盘, 心宽体盘. And so it just means that your heart is at ease, and your body is relaxed, and that's why you put a lot of weight. Okay, so 心宽体盘. 瘦. 瘦 is the opposite, which means thin, skinny, slender. Okay. Now also refer to land. If the land is not fertile, it's also called the 地. 瘦地. 地太瘦. 就是 not much nutrient. You can't grow crop very well. Okay, 瘦. And so basically, 胖 and 瘦 is the opposite words. Okay, they go against each other, and and then it also sometimes means like things sharp, steep, like a cliff, mountains, things like that, and they will use this character to describe those things. Okay, like 瘦石, that means the stone is very pointy and sharp, things like that. Okay, and it also, when you use as a verb, that means you make it thin, make it skinny. Okay, reduce it. Okay, so this is 瘦. Let's take a look at the character itself. So this one, you can see that there's a bed right there. Okay, on the left hand side. So remember this top. Okay, the top and left, this part. If you see that, oftentimes this is related to disease. Okay, sickness. It means that the person is not well. Okay, and so in the pictures, that thing is actually a bed. Okay, and so when you are sick, you usually lay in the bed, right? And so And then in the middle is 手, okay? So inside this character is means old people. Old people is 手, okay? And so old people usually skinny. I mean, in old days, okay, in ancient days, old people usually skinny. So, and does not have much, muscle tone, things like that. So that's why how they build that character, okay? And it's a skinny old man lying on the bed. See, that's the picture, okay? So 瘦. Now 小, okay? 小 means small, little, minor, okay? Just tiny. And then also means young, okay? Means young. And then slightly, little bit, nearly, all these things. And for short period of time, okay? So anything, refer to anything that is small and young. So you can use 小. And then also refer to young concubine, okay? So in the old Chinese society that, we mentioned before that the first wife is the former wife, which is called 正妻 or 嫡系. The other wives are concubines, they call it 小老婆或者是庶这个so they distinguish very clearly, okay? And so another meaning of 小 means like refer to people. Those people are narrow-minded and mean, and those people, they call it 小人, okay? 小人. So 小人 is not little people, it's not children, okay? It's referred to people who are narrow-minded and mean. And also sometimes like 小瞧小看, that means look down on people, okay? So this character 小 means tiny, little. It also means not first order or first quality. It's secondary. It's less significant, or the also like you look down, okay, that kind of meaning. 小. So let's take a look at this character. So this is a very, very, very straightforward. So it's just 3 strokes, 3 dots, okay, 3 dots to mean 小, right? So basically they're like a three sand, 3 little stones, whatever that is. That's tiny little things to mean 小, okay? So next one. 南 nan is it's a dialect, okay? It's the area near Shanghai, near the city Shanghai, okay? In that region, the people call a girl nan, nu, nan, any pronunciation close to that, okay? So this is a dialect. Let's take a look at this character. So this one is a wei. So it has a box, right? A closed box, and inside there's the girl. Okay, wei, the girl in the middle. Okay, and so this means you can imagine like this box is the crib, right? It's the it's the nowadays you call it a pen, right? So basically it's something that to prevent the little child falling outside or get hurt, things like that, okay? And so they literally draw a picture of that, okay? So this is nan. 嗅 means smell, scent, sniff, okay? Sniff. smell scent sniff. So 用鼻子 use your nose to sniff out and to try to tell what the smell is. Okay, so take a look at this character. So this one, you can see that the older character, it's more complicated. All right, so on the left hand side, you see that is a cooking apparatus. You see that? And so there's a cooking vessel, and underneath you can burn fire, and then on the top is the stuff, the steams and flames going out. Okay, and then on the right hand side, basically is a dog. Okay, and then the dog with a big nose. Okay, on the top. And so, try to sniff out the smell. Okay, so that's the character. I mean, the very old character is very telling what it is. Basically, it's they draw a dog sniff out the cooking smell. Okay, and then the modern ones, they greatly simplify the left side. They basically got rid of left side. They replaced it with a 口. Okay, 口. All right, so this is the character 嗅. 舔 甜 is use your tongue to lick or moisten. That's basically what it is. Okay, 舔盘子. That means that the food is so good and you don't wanna you wanna have everything, and so you're gonna lick the plate. Okay, 叫舔盘子啊，舔邮票. That old days you can use your tongue to lick the stamps, right? And then another thing is very Chinese is 填笔. Why 填笔? Because the Chinese writing instrument, the brush. The brush is soft, right? They're made out of animal hair, and then the ink is made out of food, basically. Okay, so it's black, but made out of food. So I mean, it's perfectly safe to put in the mouth. And so sometimes when the pan you didn't wash it right after. And then when you dry, it become very dry, right? Become very stiff. And so sometimes they will put that brush into their mouth to melt it, okay? To melt it, and so they can keep writing. So this is called a 填笔, okay? Now let's take a look at this character. 填, this one, of course, the left-hand side, they put a tongue, okay? It's a tongue. It's a 口, right? Bottom is a 口, and they stick tongue out, okay? To mean it's tongue. And on the right hand side is the word 甜, okay? 甜 means 增加, means increase, okay? Means increase. And so this means that the 甜 means when the tongue you 甜, that's you ate more, right? You have more food, so it's also some way of increase. Okay, so this is 甜, basically use your tongue to lick. Next one. 吮吮 吮 吮 means suck. Okay, basically you kind of round it up your mouth, okay, and do this suck action, okay, suck, 吮 吮. So 吮疮 比方说吮疮. So in old days, that when you had a wound and then the wound is getting infected and having discharge, 脓, and so those discharges are poisonous, and so you have to clean it up, and otherwise it will getting worse. So one of the ways they clean them up is they actually use mouse to suck those things out. Okay, it feels disgusting, but in old days that they don't have much, advanced instruments. That's how they do. Okay, so 吮, and also they do that 吮笔吮墨吮笔吮墨. It's the same thing. It's like a 填笔. It's the same thing. They just put the writing brush in their mouth and to soften it. Okay, so this is 吮. Let's take a look at the character itself. So this one, of course, there's a mouse over there, right? And then on the right hand side is the character 允. Okay, 允 means 恰当, means appropriate. Okay, means appropriate. Means has to fit. So when you suck, right? Use your mouth suck, then you have to fit whatever that is, very well. Then you can accomplish it, right? So this is a 吮. So let's take a look at it. It's the sentence. 还有一个字, one more character. 吸 吸 means inhale. Okay, inhale or drink, like 吸管, right? Use a straw to suck the liquid drink into your mouth. Okay, 叫吸. Or use your nose to inhale air, called 吸. It also means like draw attention, attract, had that meaning. For example, the very common words called 吸引, that means attract. Okay, 吸, the 吸 that in the Chinese culture there's some kind of common health practice is called 吐故纳新. Usually they do it in a very nice outside area where has plenty of fresh air, and they will do it in the morning and night. So they see what they try to inhale and absorb the essence of heaven and earth. That's what they call it. Okay, so this is a healthy health practice in China. 吸. Okay, so let's take a look at this sentence. 胖瘦小男秀田允秀田吮吸秀田吮吸胖瘦小男秀田吮吸 So 胖瘦小男, that means the little girl, well, sometimes chubby, sometimes skinny, right? 胖瘦小男 秀田吮吸, that means they will use their nose to sniff out maybe where the nipple is, and then they will 舔 吮吸. That basically is describing the little baby is trying to snuff and sniff and find out where the breast is and where the nipple is, and just try to suck and drink milk. Okay, next one. 坐 坐 means sit. Okay, 坐 means sit. Be seated or stay or guard, like 坐正. 坐正 that means that you are sit at the battlefield. Okay, that means you are guarding it. Like 坐堂 坐堂 that means you are presiding over the court. Okay, as a judge. Okay, 坐. So this has the meaning of sitting at the position, execute your duty, that kind of meaning. Okay, because you are occupying that seat. So let's take a look at this character. Now this one is also very, very straightforward. Say the old character is basically two people and then the dirt, 土 which means dirt. So it means that the two person are sitting on the dirt. Okay, sitting on the dirt. Now, in the ancient times, that they don't have lots of furnitures like tables and chairs and things like that. So they sit on the ground. Okay, they basically just like that. They sit on the ground, and if you wear off, then you can put some kind of sheet over the ground. Okay, so basically they kneel down and sit on their feet. Okay, so this is 坐. 摸 摸 means use your hand to feel and stroke and touch. Okay, to feel and stroke, touch, and a lot of time is trying to feel what it is, or try to find out the state of the thing, okay, that you are touching. Okay, this is called a 摸. 摸. So therefore it has the meaning of trying to find out, okay, or fish for, group for, okay, that kind of meaning. And then also like 摸黑, 摸黑, that means you are walking in the darkness, called 摸黑. Okay, okay, so 摸是十指过河, that means you are trying to go across the river by touching the stones. Okay, so 摸十指过河. So this is 摸. Let's take a look at this character. So this one, you can see that, of course, you have to use your hand to 摸, right? So on the left hand side, there's the hand. And on the right hand side is the character 摸. 摸. Of course, this is represented sound, and but this 摸 is the character for dusk. Okay, for dusk. 所以 and so remember in the old days there's no electric lights. Okay, and so at dusk, when the sun goes down, and it becomes dark, and it becomes really difficult to see things clearly. Okay, so a lot of times you have to 摸. Okay, you have to feel things out instead of see them clearly. Okay, so this is 摸. 滚 滚 means rolling, billowing. So that means that the water, okay, in big water, like a big lake or big ocean, that the wave is roaring, that's called a 滚. Okay, and surging, right, roaring and surging, like lots of water just push forward. This is 叫滚. But it also means that when you burn water, bring it to a boiling point, and the water started bubbling, and this is also called 滚 水滚了 开水滚了. Now also this is it's a command. Okay, it's like 滚 that means get out my face. Okay, so 滚 Now, it also means that you trim clothes edges, called 滚边. 滚边, that means you basically you make a trim on the edge of your clothing. Okay, 叫滚边. And 滚利息, that means compound interest. Okay, interest upon interest. 那一滚起来. Okay, more and more. So these are the meaning of this 滚. So you can see this 滚. The basic meaning is that it's a repeated thing. Okay, it's one after another. Okay, so this is the basic meaning. Okay, boiling water, rolling water. It's all sound feels like that. Okay, so let's take a look at this character. Now this one. Okay, so basically water on the left hand side, and then on the right hand side is the is the character called character gun. Gun. This gun is the formal tuxedo that the emperors wear. Okay, the emperors wear. So basically, it's kings and emperors, formal clothing. Okay, 叫梗，滚啊，叫滚。Okay, and those clothings are often very big and big. Okay, and so this is use that to mean it's big and rolling, that kind of thing. Okay, so this is one. Next one, 爬. 爬 means crawling. Okay, scratching, crawling, climbing. Climb a tree, climb a mountain, climb a cliff. Okay, 都叫爬. Okay, and also means like lie prostrate. That's also means 爬. Okay, okay. So let's take a look at this character. So this one, the variation character, the form looks like a person's hand. Okay, looks like a person's hand, and it's person's hands kind of scratching. Okay, and then this ba. Okay, the character ba is we studied before, not long ago. That means a mystic big snake. Okay, mystic big snake. And so, and the snakes they crawl. They crawl on the ground. Okay, and so they put a crawling hand and a crawling snake together to mean, okay, so your hands on the ground crawling. Okay, so that's how the picture is telling you. This is the character part. 宁 宁 means muddy. Okay, 就是wet, muddy dirt called 宁. Okay, 泥泞宁溺宁就是就是 muddy dirt. Okay, 宁. Now this one, you can see, of course, there's water, right? Water. And then on the right-hand side is the character 宁. 宁 means peaceful, okay? 宁 means peaceful. That, well, you can see that why they use that character. That means, in order for, this, the muddy things over there, it has to be like a stable, right? So a shallow place that can let the water stay, and so then it become a muddy place, right? So if it's a floating water, it can be, right? Then it become a river. So it's Ning. Why this peaceful, calm character? They use that for this purpose. Okay. So this is Ning. That means muddy. And then next one, Han. Han means perspiration, sweat. Okay, that's very easy. Just means sweat. Okay. Now, another cultural thing that is related to that is that related to the Chinese writing instrument, that brush. So usually they made out of bamboo. And so when they make that, they have to use fire to dry the bamboo. Okay, and when they do that, the bamboo will sweat. The water inside bamboo will literally ooze out. Okay, with sweat. So they call it han, hanzhu. That's how they call it. They call it the bamboo sweat. Okay, han. So, and then they use that to say 汉族, 汉统, use that to refer to the writing instrument. Okay. And then this character has another pronunciation. Han. Han means only used in one context, which is 可汗. 可汗 is the title for for the northern part of China. Their tribal head, okay, tribal leader called 可汗. Okay, 可汗. So next one, 淋. 淋 means drench, pour, sprinkle, okay, soak. So basically you are spreading water over. It's called a 淋, okay, and dripping, okay, like a dripping water. It's called a 淋, okay. You drip all over the stuff. It's called a 淋. 淋雨, 淋水, okay, and let's see. Yeah, that's basically what it is. Okay, let's take a look at the characters. So this one, of course, the water on the left hand side, and then the character 淋. 淋 is two trees, so to represent woods, forest. Okay, and also to represent sound. And so this is, they use the 淋 to represent that there's lots of water. Okay, lots of water. Like water is massive. It's like a big forest. You know, that kind of massive. Okay, basically it's dripping all over. Okay, so it's called a 淋. All right. So next one. And then another pronunciation called 令. 令 means filter, strain, okay, filter and strain. And so for example, 用纱布把药淋一下. That means you're making some kind of medicine, and you want to drain the water out. And so you can use a cotton gauze, right? Cotton gauze to link to the filtered out. Okay, so it's called a 淋. Next one, 梨. 梨 is basically 梨 is shallow water. Okay, 梨 means shallow. 梨 means shallow. 梨薄 it means 哩哩啦啦 means that 哩哩啦啦 means that it's not like a pouring rain, but it's drizzling. Okay, it will not accumulate a lot of water on the ground, but make the water wet. Okay, so this is called 梨. And also there's a very famous river called the Lijiang in Guangxi province. It's a very, very beautiful place. Okay, so called the Li. So let's go back to the sentence. Okay, so 坐摸滚爬. So that's describing this little child, you know, some kind of sit, some kind of tumbling and tumbling around and crawling over, and then they use their hands more, touching everywhere, try to feel everything. Okay, and so it's describing the child's activity. And 宁汗淋漓, 宁汗淋漓, that means 宁, remember that's muddy. 什么叫宁汗呢? So you have to remember this is in ancient days, right? So you can imagine it was a little child that they crawl all over this muddy dirt, okay? And then when they sweat, the sweat and dirt, got together and become muddy. Okay, it's called 宁汗淋漓. 淋漓 means that's just lots of sweat. Okay, and the sweat even dripping down on the ground. Okay, so called 硬汉淋漓. So this is basically is describing a little child's activity. Okay, so that's it for today. Happy learning. Bye bye.